This episode is brought to you by the feature film Wall of Flesh, a vintage comedy, streaming now on Amazon. Oh, yes. This is another episode of Unnecessary Talk with Brian Sturges, and I am that Brian Sturges. Sound effect clapping, applause, accolades. Today's guest, as we're doing it every day, Erin Coleman. Let's get straight to it. So now we're doing your close-up. Right now we've edited your close-up.
Oh, very exciting.
So do you want to lead us by dropping all of those hot social media details that the kids use to TikTok?
Absolutely. My Twitter is at Universal Center. Don't ask. And my Instagram is at Erin H. Coleman. And I don't have a TikTok yet, but I am starting an account called Little Edie and Little Edie next week.
What's that?
Grey Gardens inspired, where my roommate and I both play Little Edie in 15 to 60 second.
I don't know it. I don't know what that is. If that's like a classic theater piece, I feel judgment. I already feel it.
It's not. No, I'm so excited that I get to introduce it to you.
Please.
So Grey Gardens is a 1975 documentary about this mother and daughter living in the Hamptons. They're related to Jacqueline Onassis.
Okay.
And there were these aging socialites in the Hamptons who had just lost it. And it's the Hamptons. Their house is like decaying and there's raccoons living in the attic. And their dynamic is toxic in a way that you can't look away from. And little Edie would occasionally feed her mom cat food and call it pate. But these documentarians came in and created this amazing documentary about them and their lives. And it's called Grey Gardens, and it's incredible.
This is something that I can watch.
Absolutely. You can watch it. I think I had to rent it on Amazon Prime for like $3. Worth it. There's also an HBO original movie with Jessica Lange, and I forget who plays Little Edie. I want to say, don't quote me. I want to say Drew Barrymore, but that might be wrong. And there is a documentary now with Fred Armisen and Bill Hader where they do a spoof of it.
Okay, so I'm behind it.
And
okay.
There's a Broadway play. There's a musical.
All right, so it just shows you what a sham I am as an actor. You know, what's cool about Los Angeles is you can just decree your own titles, and then it's just so. I call it manifest destiny.
Perfect.
I am the CEO and owner of Poor Life Choices Productions, a multi-$1,000 industry, which we're doing not well, but you know, yeah. Well, I want to check it out. I enjoy these conversations because these are basically kind of like a diary entry in a person's life that hopefully we can look back and when you're an old lady and you're with your roommate and you can look back at this very monumental experience of talking to somebody. But because there's a 720 DPI camera on it, we have to stay in character like we're enjoying this for the whole time.
So don't just drift off and start checking.
It happens. So I'll look up here because my clock's here, and then you're also on the big screen here. So if you ever see me looking, it's clock or the big screen.
Sure.
So I'll check it out. So did you say your social media handles?
I did. I said
that's right. You said them all. They were confusing to me. I got lost because they were.
Where did you get confused?
Because one is Erin H. Coleman.
That's Instagram.
That's Instagram. And the other one you said don't talk about. So
don't ever ask.
We're not asking. I would never bring it up.
You can ask. Yeah. It's Universal Center. It was a childhood nickname because my mother used to, and to this day, claims that I think I'm the center of the universe. So,
well, you're an actor. I mean, isn't that? I mean, what's the point? What's the point of moving to the big lights, the big town with the big lights? Unless, you have to be okay. So this is what normal people who sell insurance with chinos don't understand is you have to be a little off and a little
megalomaniacal? Is that
I don't know. It sounds it. Well,
I was just having this conversation with a friend last night, and I was saying how, while I think it's cool and I get the appeal of wanting to elope, I would never do it because I want to hear the speeches about me at my wedding.
Sure. You want,
reason.
It's the day for you. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I will get you a nice Italian espresso maker and
great.
Something that's over the top, kind of gaudy. That's what we specialize in. Gaudy.
I'm never getting married, but if I were to,
why now we don't deep dive here on relationships or politics or religion unless we can make fun of them at the same time.
Absolutely.
So you don't think are you not interested in getting married, or are you just not fine? You just know you're not that sort of person, or are you just saying that and you desperately want to get married because you want my Italian espresso maker?
I do want to Italian espresso maker. What I want to figure out is a way to have a wedding without having to do the marriage part. Like, is that just like a quinceañera? Like just a big
13?
party?
Yeah. 13? No, 15. Okay.
15.
Gringo, say what?
It's right there in the title there.
Yeah. Shockingly alabaster.
What is that? 10?
What is that? I took Latin in high school because of all of these Romans I keep bumping into.
Perfect.
For my SATs, because I'm obviously one of the world's greatest orators.
Paid off. It all paid off.
I can barely run a sentence. But people need to be a little crazy in this town. And if you stay in it, then I know you're mentally ill, because people that I've known for 10, 15, 20 years, the ones who are still in it are like, oh yeah, we're all a little off. And
isn't that a quote in Kiss Kiss Bang Bang when he says that LA is if the rest of the country just shook and all the crazy all the crazy girls fell?
Oh, that's good.
California.
I haven't seen that since it came out. I'll have to watch that again. That's Val Kilmer, right? He was in that?
And Robert Downey Jr.
I went to go see Val Kilmer. He was so Val Kilmer has been getting sick, right? And he was doing his one-man Mark Twain play. Mm-hmm. So I somehow got tickets to go to the play, but he couldn't talk. So they just showed a video of the play.
Great.
And then, and I'm in the back because, I'm poor. And at the very end, the great reveal is that Val Kilmer is here, and he comes up and he comes out onto the stage. And now he starts talking like this. I'd like to thank you all for being here. Now, there was a rumor going around that he had throat cancer. Now, he was denying it because I think he's one of these pray the cancer away guys.
Great.
Right? Sure. So now everyone knows, it's kind of in the news that he's not saying he has the cancer. So he's trying to speak. And then the guy behind me is like, we can't hear you.
Oh, no.
Could you speak up, Val? And it was like classic pieces of garbage just yelling. And then everyone, because then most people know that he's got cancer, but they were not amused and they wanted him to speak up and clearer if possible. And then TMZ showed the clip from that performance on, and that's where the whole thing broke. And then he had to say that he had cancer. No. So, but in a positive note, Top Gun 2 coming to theaters this summer, with or without throat cancer.
There you go. I'm excited.
Are you?
I am. Are you not?
Why? No, I actually don't watch a bunch of action stuff. I know I look like a guy who would watch movies where I'm not that guy.
No way. That's one of my favorite genres.
Where they just blow up stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I like a Die Hard. I just quoted Die Hard with my toilet paper post this week.
Are you hawking your social media? Are you hawking your tweets on the podcast?
Yes. Yeah. Well, if you're watching this, you've already not followed me. Okay, I lost where we were going there. I remember Hans Gruber, toilet paper. Mm-hmm. Hawking action social movies. Media.
We're talking action.
I love Die Hard.
I don't like them.
But I think because I'm working on a lot of projects, I don't watch certain
brag.
No. The irrelevancy of the projects. If you have watched any of these, you will know I'm all self-defecating. So, that's not the okay. So you'll know that this isn't a thing where I pump me up. I'm actually one of these self-aware comedians who understand that to most other men, I'm like a disgrace.
Oh no!
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're some Wall Street guy, like
is this a snifter?
Yeah. This is a fine
Wall Street guy with your brandy.
It's a fine brandy, and just swirling it in a cigar bar. And, and I like walk in for directions because I'm from Vermont, being like, how do I get? And it's, cognac would be good. It's
cognac. Why the heck not? It's quarantine. There are no rules. Cognac.
But action movies. So the projects that I'm doing are my projects that mean nothing to no one in my apartment. They're not like, they're making no money. No one cares. No one will see them. But I'm trying to make the most and knocking it out. But when I write a comedy, I seem to want to watch dramas all the time, and now the opposite. So now I'm writing a drama, which is the Anti-Wall of Flesh, also a drop, also a free drop.
I'll drop on that one though, because I'm in that.
Yeah, you were fantastic, Helen. You were Helen. You were in the liquor store. Classic.
Available on Amazon Prime.
Yes. Only the finest motion pictures are available on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime and Criterion Collection, I believe.
I believe so. Well, what's interesting, if I may, as soon as it was out on Amazon, Russian hackers took it. And it's like all over. So if you find yourself in a cold winter in Moscow, go ahead and you can watch it for free. And then they're running ads, which means not only have they stolen my content, but now they're running ads and making the money on the ads.
They monetized it.
Yes, for legal reasons, I won't admit this, but I'm kind of okay with they got me. I'm not going to.
Are we famous in Russia?
I think so. Well, I'll tell you what's funny is there's more views on those and there are more comments. So if I could translate Russian, which I'm assuming is the language, I don't want to be racist, that I don't know the difference between Russian and Ukraine on paper.
There you go.
That's a language, right? Ukraine?
Yeah, Ukraine is only.
The great Baltic language of Ukraine.
Ukraine.
Yeah. So what's going on in your life? Are you working on any? I'm sure you have a multitude of projects as always.
Oh, all very important and exciting. I thought that being quarantined would mean that I wouldn't have to go to rehearsals or do anything, and that has not been the case.
Yeah, putting you to work right now. It's lunch free.
Zoom really screwed the pooch on this one. But we just one of my sketch teams just put up had a Facebook Live viewing party for That's What She Said. It was all virtual and pre-recorded, and I have another one coming up, I think on the 28th of April. And and my little Edie TikTok, which does not exist yet, but
you'll have that on. And then do you do the YouTube thing at all? You have a YouTube channel? You do that?
I do. I put mostly sketches and like character pieces up
there.
All
right, send it to me and it will be in the description down below for you to click on her channel. Please subscribe, comment. Yes. If some of them seem like bots from Russia, just go with it.
I'm into it.
Do you have, is it titled yet? Or we just look up Erin Coleman, right?
I think it's just Erin. I'll send it to you. It's just my name.
It's below, right? What are you worried about? It's below. Just click below, hit the subscribe button. Because the research has said you're supposed to keep telling them to like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everyone, click like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
But no one's watching. Just subscribe.
Just subscribing.
If you're watching this, you're either me.
Right.
Or you're you. So
for me watching. No, or my mom.
Or your mom. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll keep it clean. I have to keep it clean.
She's down. She's cool.
No, I have another weekly podcast. I won't mention. I wouldn't want to cross promote my own podcast.
Oh my God.
But with Josh Willis, and we opened up the Cranberries kind of early in the morning, and we did a podcast. And by the end, we were just swearing a little bit more so. So it kind of went off, became a very rageful as it went on. And, it's a sign of low intelligence. And I just want people to know,
actually, it's
as soon as they meet me.
They've done studies to say that people who curse more actually are smarter. It tends to be intelligent.
I will be curing this so-called virus that the government has clearly made to ruin the economy.
Oh my God, I didn't realize we were on that type of podcast.
Illuminati.
An Alex Jones type. Yeah. Okay, cool.
I don't even know how to do it. Sorry, Beyonce. I don't get it. I don't even know.
I know the tone. The royal family are all lizard people. Got it.
They totally are. It's the teeth, because when they smile, they have those. They have mine.
And I think they're just British.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bird. That's right, UK, you bird.
Take that, you stupid big island. I don't know what that means. I'm looking at my hat, which is, I've had this hat for 20 years. It's been around. It's a band I played with in the late 90s. And cool. I found it while cleaning out the studio, which is definitely not my living room right now. Which is not where, that's not, I'm not sitting at the desk where the TV is in front of. But it's interesting, but it brings my ears out. I don't, it kind of, I think, it's kind of a different character.
Maybe set it a little higher. There you go. Or tuck your ears. Can you
make it a bit tighter? Yeah. See, I'm bald, and
I've heard this about you.
Rumor has it, and I haven't done any sort of maintenance on the head, and so I've decided I was going to shave this morning, and then I was running late, and then I didn't. I wore a hat then. This conversation is very important. Don't worry. And then I was going to shave before this, and then various things got distracted. So I'm doing a series of hats from the past.
This is exciting.
It is. Our viewers are predominantly 18 to 24-year-old bald college students. So,
that's the demographic you want. That's the golden demographic.
It's interesting to know what your demographic is, because I did the research, and it is small boys. Well, not like inappropriate, not like
sure.
Yeah, we're not in the Vatican. Let's keep it clean, people. It is Good Friday, but let's not talk about.
Okay. Oh wow.
It's fine. It's fine. No. They got all that marble. Just start selling the marble. Pay the kids off. It's fine.
Sure. There you go.
Can't the Vatican be run online? Oh, take donations online. I bet there's like a Vatican PayPal.
Sure. Any way that they can get your money, they're going to do it. So there's PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Vatican Cash App.
At Dope Pope or something. He's like the cool Pope. Like in 20 years from now, he's like 35.
That's when that Jude Law show came out, The Young Pope. I called it the Dope Pope. That was my name for it. He's not like a regular.
Was that the one with John Malkovich? Because I saw the two popes, right?
No, there's so much Pope content. There's been an influx of Pope content.
It's just it. See, this is why the viewer tunes into the show, is that they
find out what's in the zeitgeist. Yeah. Right now, popes are so hot. But it was an HBO show before that one called The Young Pope, and that started a phrase. I actually say "dope Pope" to say things are cool.
Okay. So, well, then if I say it, then I will credit you.
You don't have to credit me. I'm excited now that it's moving more out there.
So what were the difference between the movies? Because I saw there was the two popes, and then there's the John Malkovich Pope one.
Yeah, no, I don't watch the Pope content. I'm just aware of.
No, you just yeah. You're not a fan, but you know.
No, I'm watching action films.
All right. So what should be the next action manly thing? Something.
It doesn't have to be gendered.
No, definitely. I
like class, like
a Linda Hamilton.
I love. What'd you say?
Like Linda Hamilton.
Oh yeah, Sarah Connor Chronicles. I loved that show. But I like the Bad Boys franchise. I like the Bourne movies. Well, only the first 3. After that, it's dead to me.
They switched guys to Jeremy Renner, right?
Yeah, who boring.
But what are the new ones?
That's Damon came back, but still no, they lost the magic. They never needed to reboot.
Oh wait, so they had Matt Damon,
Renner,
he left and he came back. Oh, that's like the Connery and James Bond. They come back and it's like, now you're an old man with an even grayer toupee.
I've only seen the Daniel Craig Bonds. That's a quarantine project I could do.
Those were I loved those movies when I was a kid. I've seen them all. I don't know. It was like TBS, just on a repeat. I loved them. And they really turned dark after, September 11th. A lot of cinema had, not to bring up dates,
I feel like you started this by saying we don't talk about anything super deep, and you've already taken pot shots at the Vatican and brought up 9/11.
All right. Well, yeah. This is.
You're like, keep it light.
Keep it light. Keep it light. Keep it light. Keep it light. No abortion talk. No, it's too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
Too soon after what?
But it's funny that I got a stamp card. No, that's. But you see how that sucked all the energy out of the room? That's why.
That's great. That's your brand of comedy.
That's the content. Yeah. So if you're 19 and you're suffering from early alopecia and you're like editing a video right now, you're my demographic.
That's your guy.
They're generally unmarried,
Okay.
Lower 50% income,
Great.
male, 18 to 24.
They're gonna love Grey Gardens. That's right up their alley.
Is it like love letters with Robert Wagner and Jill St. John?
I'm not familiar with that reference.
Love letters is when actors get lazy because you just read the letters on stage next to one another. So they're letters from one person to the other. So it's like a classic older actress. They do they go around to some performing arts center and they just read the script. So I worked as a booking agent in my 20s, and I had booked Robert Wagner and Jill St. John doing love letters. And I spent a little time with him in his dressing room, and I looked into his eyes, and I will 100% say he killed his wife. I will say that allegedly I know he's very litigious, but I looked in that man's eyes. Now, I'm from New York. I've met a series of individuals. I can judge people. I can just tell. I looked into the devil's eyes. Wow. So they're like that, in life, it's like those Robert Jinks eyes, was kind of like black eyes. And probably what women, like when I'm looking at a woman is what they see. It scared me.
Yeah. I mean, I've looked into your eyes. Sure.
Yeah. It's definitely scary. It's the unbroken stare.
Yeah.
To maintain a connection. Yeah. A lot of it.
It's like that. Yeah, there it is. I've seen that.
Actually, one of my characters is just intensely saying something to somebody, like in the supermarket. Do you have any more apples?
There's that Bernie Sanders impression.
Oh, yeah. A little earlier, I was trying to go through my phone to find, because there was a picture of you and I.
Yes.
As we were Candidate Confessions, the brainchild of Rainey O'Brien and Corey Wilburn. I
feel like I might have it. I might have it on my phone. I can send it to you if I do.
Yeah, if you find it, great, and I'll throw it up. But I found, there's a picture of the two of us backstage. We were in a show, Candidate Confessions, at the Second City, the last election cycle.
When things were fun.
That's true.
We all had a sense of play about it.
Yes. Nothing beats a man almost 40 spray painting his eyebrows silver, and then we would go to Borders afterwards, and I had to wash that stuff out.
I think you should have just gone with it.
But I just left it in there.
Yeah.
Want to peek?
Definitely.
Want to peek? It wasn't under there.
No, look at that.
I want to see it, ladies. Too much. Calm down, ladies. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, my vapors.
So, all right, give me a new action film. I would like to start watching some other things, and I'll trade you. Anything new? Because I haven't been to the movies in like a year.
Oh, it was actually really fun, and it got panned, and I think it's just because people hate women. But the new Charlie's Angels, that was directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah, she's great.
Rollicking fun. It was such a fun movie. And I will go against anyone who hated it, because they're being mean. they're being sour.
When I saw Elizabeth Banks was directing that, I see how I got that out nice and smoothly. Elizabeth Banks. I'm not a skilled interviewer. This is not. This is an hour of just self-delusion every day. Right. It's not an actual skill.
It's important.
It's going nowhere on the Midnight Express. Well, all right. Now I'm going to put you on the spot. Okay? I'm going to ask you a random question. I haven't thought of the question yet. Let's see. All ready? Quick questions. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Sugar or salt?
Salt.
Action or comedy?
Ooh, action comedy. Comedy.
would you rather be able to fly or hold your breath underwater like aqua person, non-gendered aqua? Fly. Why?
That was a hard one though, because I love being in the ocean. But
why did you pick?
I think because I've always see, now we're getting so deep because I do truly love being in the ocean. I think because the ocean gets dirty and I don't want to be in it too much.
It's all the straws that are in the turtle. Yeah, you don't want the straw up your nose and
right.
Then, viral.
If it's like if I have to be in one all the time, then probably I want to fly.
Yeah, but then you got planes. You have to.
I mean, you'd have to fly at a certain.
Right.
You'd have to work that out, right?
Below the radar would be my guess.
Yeah, or above, maybe even.
Or above, like Icarus. Apparently, I know. Was the word Icarus kind of random for you because it's tricky and kind of funny?
Good.
The original like Icarus. Okay, Icarus. That everyone knows it is. Don't fly too high to the sun. Blah, 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 right. But there's the whole thing is don't fly too high or don't fly too low also, which is, set your goals. Don't just settle. You have to the middle ground. So, don't be a bum. Don't fly out. You don't want to fly and hit a mountain. That doesn't make any sense, right? You got to fly high enough.
Exactly.
This is good stuff. Now, when your mom watches this, when do you think she stopped watching? Like at what minute marker?
No, she's good. She's a good fan.
I'm keeping it clean I'm keeping it clean, which is
she watches all of it. She watches all of everything. She's really good.
Okay. She's fantastic. Please send more money to both of us.
She's a good
if you're sending out checks, if you got any cookies or brownies. Does your
not a baker.
No,
she's not gonna bake us things now.
Yeah, okay. Well, my mother is a baker.
Well, can she send us cookies and brownies?
Yes. And in fact, I should have her do that because she needs something to do, as she told me yesterday. She's super bored. But that's actually how I hustled my way through Second City, is for every holiday, my mother would send me this giant tub of fudge brownies. And so I would just bring them to class and then bring them to shows. And I just started passing out brownies. I mean,
bribed your way into Second City. I
kind of did. And I met a lot of people just giving brownies out. Kind of, every actor loves free food. And
I feel like I never got a brownie from you though. So
that's not true. I definitely bought, you know what? I would have put an order in.
No, I'm upset.
I want to get them. Mom, we're going to need some more brownies.
Yeah, well, she's gonna have to ship them to two separate places too, because it's not like I can.
Right, coronavirus. Yeah,
the coronavirus. Have you heard of this thing? Coronavirus.
Vaguely. By the way, I do want to point out that I did pour an alcoholic drink when we started, but this is just Coke Zero.
I have been so confused as to if you were just having like a really nice Bordeaux it's day afternoon.
Well, I washed a bunch of dishes. I don't have a dishwasher, so I have to do it by hand. So it was like the clean one. But I did pour because I don't want people to know that I would be possibly drinking, as if you look at here.
The old coffee mug.
The old coffee mug, if you're in an office or whatnot.
Yeah.
But I don't want you to think I'm drinking on the job over here or something.
I would expect nothing less. What's in the coffee mug?
Well, it's sadly what they had. It's Absolute and Cranberry Ocean Spray.
Oh my God! What are you?
I'm a 19-year-old sorority girl.
Sorority pledge.
Yeah, I know. I try to keep. I'm getting fat here this quarantine. Well, I like a Tito's.
Oh yeah, who doesn't?
And just coincidentally, they were out of everything, and they had just gotten the vodka, and they only had Absolute, and it was on sale. So I grabbed it, and then I tried some cranberry.
Oh my God! So is that your main libation? Is vodka?
No, I like Scotch. This is just kind of it's like a fun. It's like if I'm drinking to have a nice activity, I'll have a Scotch. But this is kind of like. It's kind of like a beach thing. Does that make sense?
Sure,
like I'm having like a vacation.
Sure.
getting my abs tanned or whatever you do. But tropical. I'm trying to be in a positive tropical mood. Where if I just start drinking whiskey, I'll get all contemplative and start writing.
Right. You just have
manifestos,
drinking your scotch and writing your dramas.
Where are the apples? Where are the apples? Ding.
Sorry, Brian's had scotch. It's ding.
Yeah.
Typewriter.
Yeah, it's a Westinghouse. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah. It's very expensive to find.
Typewriter yelling at people for apples. Who are you yelling at?
I'm angrily writing a letter
many questions. Okay.
Well, you have to be 6 feet away that people can't hear me. I like to give them a paper copy of when I yell at them, so they can go back and they can refer.
Transcript.
So, how was your general quarantine lockdown experience? I mean, are you bored? Are you having fun? Are you going crazy?
I live with my best friend, and we have really she thrives in this environment. She is very much like a stay-at-home, cook, be cozy type person. Nice. So we're living, aside from the fact of like no job security and money's going to run out, eventually. We've kind of been living our dream life of waking up and working out, and we making elaborate meals, and every day at 5, we watch Paul Feig's Instagram Live.
Okay, you mentioned that. Now, what is that?
Okay, so every day at 5, Paul Feig goes live on Instagram, and he makes a cocktail, and he gets dressed up, and his wife joins him, and sometimes his dog Buster joins him. They're 15 to 20 minutes, and they're delightful. And this week he made Campari Cosmo. He made a bee's knees. It's just great. And then that is our time to start drinking. So
at 5 o'clock.
5 p.m. We had 12 bottles of wine delivered on Wednesday. So we're good for the week. The rest of it's been like Wing Wednesday and Steak Friday, and we're doing well over here.
So you don't have any sort of anxiety.
I have so much anxiety.
Do you?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. I'm an actor and an acting teacher. This is the least essential. So, the least essential worker that you have.
Yeah, comedians.
Man, nothing like a pandemic to show you how absolutely not essential you are in the workforce.
They've definitely. I think that's why these are important. Because let's keep, you keep contacts. You want to keep practicing. You want to have fun. You want to play, which is why we're in it. Right. And I think it's within the nightmare, there's an opportunity to reconnect. I spent yesterday, rearranging the living room and dusting the books and doing all of those things. And eventually they're wrapping out, but I'm doing one a day just to practice and start to remember stories. And so that if the comedy club is open up, because I know you've been performing a lot at the West Side Comedy Theater, to be prepared to get out there. Because
ready to go, stay sharp. Gotta stay sharp.
Yeah, no, I'm never.
A lot of casting directors.
Sharp isn't where I excel.
What'd you say?
Sharp isn't where I excel.
Say a lot of casting directors are doing like general open calls where they're accepting submissions from people they haven't seen. So there are some, silver linings and bright lights with everything that we're doing. That was a very Pollyanna outlook from you. I'm impressed. I didn't expect that.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, let's not ruin it for the marketing.
Not quite on brand. And it's a nice surprise.
Well, people don't know there's the brand, and then there's a normal functioning person who, but am I as bad as I come across? Yeah, often.
Quite often.
Yeah.
But there are the bright spots.
Yeah, I hide them. And I always let people think they're better than I am until I crush them. Until it's time. Gosh. See, there we go. I went the opposite. I went
very Game of Thrones.
Yeah, which I've never seen an episode.
Interesting. This is a good time to check it out. What was your why? Do you just hate things that other people like? Yes, I hate pop music. I'm a 1625. I hate any sort of pop music. I've never gotten into fantasy it's just not like Star Trek and Star Wars. That's all great, but it's just, I've never, that's sci-fi.
It wasn't a thing. So I any sort of fantasy
That's sci-fi.
Yeah. I like a thing where it happens in life, where like a guy kills another guy and then you got to like find out why he's dead, you know?
Yeah.
But
like true crime?
Yes. So when I write comedy, all I have are like these Crime Watch dailies, which are the worst produced shows, but I can't look away. It is my trash TV because they're like 15 minutes and they're like, this is Deborah. All the boys loved her. Too many and too often. And then it's like, she was a lovely girl who was paying her way dancing at the strip club to go to dental hygienist school. There's always like, she's a good girl, but she's obviously like a dead hooker.
Something went wrong.
Yeah. And then, they find her in a grave that some guy who can't do it right just left her in a shallow grave. And then I do
feel like if I watch enough of those, and I don't think that I'm alone in this. I start plotting the perfect murder. Like I start thinking about like how that's where they screwed up. Like there was a period of my life where I watched a lot of Snapped on Oxygen.
I've seen a couple of those, yeah.
And kill their husband or boyfriend.
Yeah.
There'd always be like a flaw.
Ex-girlfriends keep sending videos to me. I don't know what that's about. I keep getting them in my Gmail.
Well, as long as it's your ex-girlfriends, it'd be upsetting if it was like a current girlfriend was like, hey.
She also does not. She's also not a fan. Quarantine, shelter, things simplify in life,
Are you quarantining in place with a partner?
Yeah.
How's that going? Oh no.
It's good. I think it's a positive sign when you're both trying to not kill each other. When you're trying to make it work. So we kind of repositioned the living room, and I basically set her home office up in the bedroom where there's a door she can close, and we can both kind of work and do our thing. Because I'm here doing the yaks, and she doesn't want to hear this all day.
Sure.
So it's interesting, but so far so good. We're working it out because you couldn't plan for this
before it started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's not like an actual like she can't leave. It's not like a Son of Sam situation where she's chained to a barn. She's.
Oh my gosh, I hope not, because if so, you definitely just incriminated yourself.
No, allegedly. Dolo contender. Not guilty. Not guilty. But yeah, that's it's an interesting question because it really you couldn't prepare for it. It just sort of happened. Like, okay, now everyone is at home across the board. But it's good. We're working it out. I can do my stuff in one room and during the day. So we kind of keep like a work schedule. So Great. We're both accomplishing things, keeping busy. And then, come dinner time and, throughout the day, of course, take a moment, a cup of coffee.
Sure. But it gives you that sense of schedule still. So it's not just you two sitting there.
Well, we work very differently and we do different things in different style. So we were both kind of set up in the same space because my place is small. So just the way that I work, and I'm a big galoot, right? So Hulk smash, like I'm not a ballerino. I mean, everything is very range.
No, that's good.
She's very not that. So, she's working on her project, and that's it. It's not the greatest answer, but it's still kind of new because it's been only 3 weeks now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm sure after check it,
we got to pace ourselves
again next time.
Yeah, exactly.
if 100 episodes later we're still here, then it'll be like,
yeah.
Where are my apples?
Where are my apples?
Where the hell? Yeah, that's when I snap. Right? They're like, I said, golden delicious. Yeah.
Oh, romantic.
Yeah. So you're not locked down with a significant other.
No.
So you don't have that. Yeah.
With my bestie. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But you caught me off guard. I'm the one who asked the difficult questions here on Unnecessary Talk.
Sorry.
Yeah. So you're at the West Side Comedy Theater. You started to do a bunch of shows, and then I came out. I started to go there. And then it all shut down.
Were you doing comedy over there?
I was gonna start over. They had an open mic night. I went to go.
Oh, I love their open mic.
So if you want to, we should meet or whatever. I was gonna go up there and put my name in the bucket.
Yeah.
It's been a while since. It's been a very long time, and I went one night just to sit in the back and have a beer and watch the open mic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, it's Second City or IO, like you're with there so much, there's no nerves. Versus you go to a new place, you're like, I don't know anybody, I don't have a. And so I just went and got a beer, ran into a couple Second City people, and just watched for the first night. And then I was going to come back, and then it was shut down.
Yeah. There you go. Well, when they open back up, it's great. It's a super supportive environment and a great place to do comedy. And that open mic goes long, but it goes long because they're so fair about giving people a chance to get up. So, and the nice thing about it is that if you've driven all the way out to Santa Monica, you're stuck there. So it's not like other open mics where people are like comedy club hopping.
Oh, I had people leave. It's funny. I mean, comedians are so rude. But
Totally.
they didn't get called. They're like, I'm out. This is bullshit. They didn't get their name called in the beginning.
If you can do an open mic, you could do anything because you're just sitting there for a bunch of surly comedians waiting for their chance to come.
Well, that's right. That's the other thing. You're not an open mic. There's not a crowd of people. It's a crowd of your enemies.
Yeah. It's a crowd of people who are totally focused on themselves.
It's kind of like the UN, right? Yeah. They all have their own agenda. We're not really listening. There's a little chance.
No one's listening to each other.
Yeah. There we go, Jay. Okay, whatever. What we got?
Yeah.
But
you could always come see a different type of show there. Maybe one that I'm in.
I know that's what I was saying. Is I saw that you were going there, and I have noticed that a lot of my friends have started to perform there. And as I come out of my cocoon, I was like, oh, well, this is kind of become the hot spot with Carla over there. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, and Carla's running it, which is amazing. She's she hired me as a musical director, so
You'll always love her.
One day she will call me to help move a couch or whatever, and I will be there. Like whatever she needs, whatever random task that someone with a strong back and a weak mind can do for her, I will.
I have a similar devotion, but I can't move couches, so I'll figure out something else.
Yeah. I will get you. Oh, I made bread for this. Is people keep in mind that people
quarantine thing making
bread, and I tried it. Have you ever done it before?
No, I haven't. I don't really have interest.
Okay. Well,
I'll eat other people's bread.
Corona.
Oh no! Oh boy!
No. It's you see, I'm actually just outside of Wuhan.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the pearly gates. I thought we were going to go dark.
Well, I think they're kind of one and the same at the moment. Yeah. This is the last thing you see is
Wuhan. You burnt.
I don't know why that's so funny. We're this is a global comedy, global domination. So what was the show you had over there?
I do a couple shows over there. I'm on the main stage team that had just decided to change its name right before all of this happened. It was formerly West Side Sketch Company, and we changed over to Grifter. I do That's What She Said there every second Wednesday. And then we had just done, actually the last show that I performed before we all shut down was at the Comedy Central stage with them, because Comedy Central stage was doing Women's History Month. Like March was Women's History Month. So they were just bringing in all female comedians and teams. And so that was our March show. And then I direct alley team there called There Will Be Snacks. And so they are moving to the third Wednesday of every month.
Well, I'm all about it because it seemed I want to come out and start seeing a bunch of shows. Obviously, everybody wants to come out, Yeah,
everybody, please.
Everyone, please.
I'm so sorry for everyone's improv show I blew off. I would go see.
You don't go to, right now. Especially at West Side. You're not going to get in the car and drive all the way there from Hollywood. Yeah. That's a long drive. They really worked that out. Was it Neil Brennan was there when I was there with his beautiful.
He has a monthly show there.
Yeah, he had a quite a nice Ferrari double parked in the alley. I'm like, yeah, baller move. That's how you do that. Yep. You're like, beep beep, and you just walk in through a sea of peasants. Yeah, through a sea of dreamers. They're like, one day.
Chappelle Show, motherfuckers.
Yeah, He's just in there during a set. You just hear him going, beep, beep, like 2 o'clock. That's a complete baller move. He was there when I went there that night. I was like, oh, it's interesting. I didn't expect to see him.
Yeah, because I think
he was right before the open mic night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his show's Tuesday nights.
It was packed. That's become, whoever thought of that location, whoever did the logistics of that is quite business minded, because it's so far away from everything else that it really allows it to be its own thing, and you have to, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just now starting to get kind of recognition. Just, I don't think anyone knew about it. Like when we're over at Second City and the Pack and Comedy Central Stage and UCB, everything's
all very compressed within this half mile. Yeah.
And people are taking classes at both and, at all of them, and it's more commingled. And it's taken a while for West Side to start, because you were saying you're starting to see Second City people over there. So I think it just took a minute for people to become aware of it over there. But they have JFL does their showcases and auditions there. Comedy Central does showcases and auditions there. They're affiliated with San Francisco Sketch Festival. Cole Stratton is the one who started that, and he's the director of the main stage team. So the stand-ups that they get are incredible. So it's
now everyone will know.
On the West Side that people are starting to know about.
Yeah, well, now
everyone will know.
Now the hundreds of thousands of listeners. Well, I won't be able to get it. I won't be able to get a seat. I just blew it.
You just blew your chance at the
open. You're talking about your favorite restaurant, Italian restaurant, on air, and then you're like, sorry, Mr. Carson.
That's a good spot, though. Give me some recommendations for when I can go out and eat again. Where do you get Italian in this city?
Oh, well, I like Matteo's in Westwood.
I don't know that one.
Which is it's been around since the 50s. It's an old Frank Sinatra hangout, right? He's probably there one time, and that's that's what they call it.
I mean, any Italian restaurant is
yeah. Chairman of the board here. He ate one garlic knot in 1973. But it's on Pico and Westwood. And it's kind of it's a little fancy pants. It's old school, and that's where I will reserve that for women of a certain caliber and or my mother when she comes to town.
Wonderful.
It's quite nice, but it's hasn't been redone since there's like a thin layer of dust on the bottles, but it's good.
I love everything about that.
There's also a Dominios, which I get delivered.
Okay.
And let's see, another Italian place. I don't really.
Have you, because you're over in Culver City, right?
Yeah.
Have you gone to?
I was.
Locondo Positano on Venice?
No, tell me.
They have the most pillowiest, softest gnocchi you'd ever have.
The talk just got. It is the hottest, softest gnocchi known to man.
Most pillowiest, which is a word I made up.
Pillowiest. Where is it? Ish.
It's on Venice, over by. It's close to the Dumb Turtle pub. The pub with the racing.
Brennan's.
It's near that. It's near there.
Huh. All right, I'll have to look it up. Maybe.
There you go.
There was one that just closed in Culver City, and back in by the theater there. This is great content here, by the way. I don't remember the name. I can't even remember the name of it. They keep closing and opening next to the Culver Hotel, that theater back there.
Oh, wait, by the movie theater?
Yeah.
Yes. I know what you're talking about. I have been there. It was okay. You going to do your hair too?
I'll just show it. I don't care. Not a Fender Dome.
There it is. This is the content.
Character actor.
You thought it was getting hot before. Here we go.
Ladies, send your requests to poorlifechoicesproductions@gmail.com.
Giving the ladies what they want.
Giving the ladies what you want. Yeah, I've also developed quite the dad body. I don't have any kids, but I've gotten the body.
It's very hot now.
I hope that I'm
You're crushing it. Yeah, dad bod.
I have.
Which is again just the absolute unfairness of the world that we live in. That dad bod became the preferred male body.
Well, all of the male advertising executives rebranded it. Yeah. Yeah. Well,
what genius came up with that? Like, she's like,
some bald, portly guy.
You know what it means? It means I can provide for you, so stop complaining.
Is that you think it's you think
that
it's
is what I have heard. That's it feels like
if you got a little gut, he can eat a little bit of.
He lives a charmed life.
Yes. 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 I drape myself in only the freshest pastas.
Exactly.
I had when I started this, I had a handlebar mustache like an idiot. I was growing out for a thing, and then it stopped. And I kept it going, and I completely shaved my face, and I don't like it.
I don't like it.
No, but it was like with a razor.
Oh.
It's a thing. And then I was like, let's get character actor. Let's grow it out. Yeah, right. Let's just make it. Yeah, let's just grow it out and then slick it back like the old '60s New York, like. He's got the cigar.
There's so many roles for that. So
so I got to rock the bald thing. That's all I have left.
There you go.
What was your kind of dream? What was kind of your dream role? I mean, when you got started in it, was it like I watched Cheers? I love the Blues Brothers. Kind of got me into things. What was it for you that says, "Oh, I'd like to kind of give this stuff a shot"?
I don't know. I feel like I don't remember a time when I didn't want to do this. So I don't have that moment where I was like, oh.
Well, I guess what are the projects that perhaps developed you? That's a terrible question, but you know what I mean.
You mean like growing up?
Yeah, like the Blues Brothers for me, I watched it when I was a kid. I loved it. It got me into the music, but the white version. And eventually I learned about the real thing. And, and movies and comedy. I mean, they're all.
Yeah, I think my formative stuff was mostly comedies. I was, like Monty Python and Mel Brooks, and I remember being excited about Comedy Central becoming a thing. Like I remember when Comedy Central launched, and I was super excited to have a channel that was just dedicated to stand up. And that's something that my grandpa and I enjoy doing too. Whenever I would go over, we would just stay up late and watch stand up. But yeah, it was always, I've always just been extremely drawn to comedies. And then, television wise, I was always really drawn to like sitcoms. So,
comedy.
Growing up, it was like, two of them feel wildly problematic to say now, but growing up, it was, the Cosby Show and Roseanne.
Yeah, executive producer Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Too soon? Well, he's got coronavirus.
Yes. So that's nice. And so does R. Kelly.
You know what? I'm a gentleman, and because your mother is watching, I'm not even going to touch that. Okay? Oh my God. Yeah. I was just talking to somebody the other day about like bringing like a Bill Cosby reality show. I want to see him in the jail.
No,
right? But not a real one where it's like a sketch. You know, like Chappelle killed the white guy on the road rule.
Yeah.
Like a version of Lockdown, but with Bill Cosby, like Scared Straight, but Bill Cosby, the guys, whatever.
Yeah, I'm back on board. I'm sorry I rejected.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. No, I heard it. I heard it. And I brought you back.
You got it. You got me back. There you go. This pitch is going to be great.
This exact podcast can be
grab Neil. Pitch it to him.
Emil?
Neil.
Yeah. So you're on a first name basis. I was the guy who told me to stay away from his car. He actually just keys into my chest. I wore a burgundy vest by accident, right?
Don't scratch it.
Yeah, he's like, keep it out of the dog. Well, I can't. Yeah, the dog poo. See, clean.
The dog poo?
Yeah, I cleaned. I was gonna. I had to edit.
You don't need to work clean for on account of my mother.
I'm going to do one. In fact, see the advertising for the YouTube and things, you can't have any sort of bad words.
I said MFer.
You did?
I did.
When? I missed it.
It was when we were talking about Neil Brennan.
See, I don't even hear it. It's like I'm a dock worker, in Middleburg, New York, and I'm just there. And I'm like, Okay. Here's a game.
Okay.
And what are the 3 things that you would cast each other for?
Okay.
Right? Of anything. And I can go first to put the pressure off you, and because I'm also creating this game right now. I might have done it one other time. Let's see. I think you'd make a badass lawyer on like a which is not comedy, but like a Chicago legal.
I get that a lot.
Let's see. Yeah, just because you're smart. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. There's a compliment in there someplace.
It's like, it's because you're smart and you live in a moral gray area.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I put the pressure. I've started the game and now the pressure's all on me.
You're doing like just general like breakdowns, not like shows.
Sure. There are no rules to this game. You can do whatever you want.
This is fun. All right, go on.
Yeah, see, I see you in the doctor lawyer. You're very smart, so that comes across in your acting too, unfortunately. So doctor lawyer. And I don't see you playing like the dock worker, like, bails up.
Oh, today.
Yeah, that's every guy I went to high school with. They have no vowels. No continents. No continents. That's it. Yeah. Let's see. But I feel like that's like one bunching, the doctor lawyer thing. It's all very, I think that could kind of be the same sort of.
Yeah. Professional, white collar professional.
I've also seen you do character stuff in your, I could see you doing, let's see, you could be a killer. Now, hold on. No, wait.
You're not the first person.
I feel like you have the kind of that intelligence and calmness of a true sociopath that could you're the one you don't even, we all know it's you. You've convinced us it's not you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. You seem to be okay with that.
You're not the first person.
Really? That's so funny. That's so funny. Who else would, you'd be, but in a good way. Like, right. Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I poisoned his oat flakes. Yes.
Wait, is this in like a Angela Lansbury type?
Oh yeah.
Murder mystery.
Yeah.
Poisoned his oat flakes.
I don't know, but why the? I stopped it.
Good job.
Ooh, that was so hard. I hurt my throat. It hurt. There are so many. Why would you take the job of chief of police in Cabot Cove? It wasn't worth the wait, but there it was. I just wanted to be able to say Cabot Cove because I knew it. So the whole joke backwards was that I knew Cabot Cove.
Nice, good work.
That's it.
Good work.
Just like Matlock. And then, okay, one more. Let's see. General breakdown casting. Because I also know you, so this is. Mm-hmm. I mean, you could Vixen it up. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of similar to the killer thing.
That was my college mascot.
The Vixens?
Yeah, we were Vixens.
The Vixens. Did you have a dance? Did you have like a Vixen dance or a handshake?
I mean, we have like a lot of silly rituals, but
can you talk about them, or are they secret, like the skull and bones when you kiss another man or whatever?
Yeah, no, it's
table.
I could tell you, but I'd have to kill you. So.
Okay, that's all right. Are you a member of any secret organizations?
I am not. I mean, we had like tap clubs in college that had secret rituals, but not since then.
Yes. 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 Illuminati, dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills.
All right.
How much for your time? Oh, you haven't done. Oh, I got you one more. Sorry. Again, I'm not skilled at this at all. But yeah, I feel like I owe you one more casting because I feel like the Vixen is the same thing.
Okay.
I'm slow. I'm slow in it.
A Jodie Comer and Killing Eve type assassin.
I haven't seen it.
That you need to watch that. Watch the first season. The third season's starting this week.
So, yeah, like a killer district attorney. Yeah, I don't know. I'm doing a bad job at the game.
I get politics a lot too, like in politics.
Yeah, see, I kind of feel like that's the same as the doctor lawyer. The same. Actually, I could see you doing blue collar. Like you could be like, you could be my wife on the dock, like, you know, like in a good way, you know, like, I don't particularly, for me, I'm not what you would call classically good looking. So, you know, I'm no leading man. And I have found it's interesting. Blue collar seems to resonate because I'm a simple man, but I'm not going to play a lawyer. I'm not going to be like, nah, objection. Objection. Where are my apples?
No, you're more like the harried chief of police who's trying to deal with like a renegade rogue.
Damn it, Frank.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. This city $24,000.
Speaking of action comedy, and my best friend Paul Feig, he did two of my favorites, which are The Heat and Spy. But have you ever seen The Heat?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're the guy who was in Orange is the New Black. You're the chief of police, where she's like, "I'm looking for his balls. Has anybody seen him? They're this small, like two."
Yeah, I don't remember who the actor was in that, but I remember that scene. That was a funny movie.
That's so you're trying. Oh my God, who doesn't? You're trying to rein in. And I like the idea that you'd be trying to rein in like a renegade female cop too, because then you
Oh my God! I think we're writing. I think this should be and it should be a comedy.
Yeah.
And we
just wrote The Heat, but we're taking that character and seeing him. I could see you as high school principal. Mm-hmm.
That's the clean shaven.
Yeah.
With a tie.
Yeah.
I've done those. Dad. I'm a dad now, apparently.
Yeah. Well, the thing is in Hollywood is that the minute a woman turns 25, she goes into the mom category. So I've been a mom for so long. Commercially speaking, yes. And then theatrically speaking, usually like in your mid-30s.
Well, you're 23.
Yeah, I'm 23. I am 23 years of age.
You're 23, right? You didn't lie to me on your application to the ground round when you were performing as a clown. The ground.
And then obviously we're, any kind of mob movie, we can throw you in there. For a reboot in The Sopranos, we can get you in there.
Well, that's exactly what I'm writing because I'm a simple man. But that's the next one is drama based, where I'll say I'll do a lot of hand talking and wear socks that are see through. It'll be good. Perfect. Well, this is
first.
Well, yeah, definitely. So if Harvey, I almost said Keitel. I meant Weinstein. If he's watching it, you're a terrible person. I'm glad you have Corona. But if you have any people at CAA who would be interested in our pitch.
Nah, he's toxic. You don't want him.
No?
No.
Do I want him?
No.
I don't want him. I couldn't do it either, ladies, to be honest with you. I don't blame you. Yeah. Oh, God. And he, you know what? He looks exactly like the crimes he's guilty of. Like he's a caricature of himself. Mm-hmm. We all are, right?
That is also very true.
Yeah. Well, this has been another very successful episode of Unnecessary. See, I look at my clock up here and I know the time. You see, that's what that was. That's that little look over there. It's like, oh.
That's just a little glance.
Little glance. With my old hat that pushes my ears down. Well, this is this is the best gosh darn episode of Unnecessary Talk, and the cleanest one we've ever had. This is the first episode in which I've never sworn, and our guest has sworn more than I have.
Yeah.
So your mother should be ashamed of you and your
No, she does. She's
poopy mouth. Shout out one more time for your social medias, and that's it.
Great. Twitter is at Universal Center, and Instagram is at Erin H. Coleman.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. You're amazing.
You are too. Thanks for having me.
That's it. We're done.